memed.
Gummy, you honor me, my lord.
But all right, so that's gonna be shot in dorm. Who's this? Who's
I
Captain
don't know
Slap?
who
All
Captain
right, yeah,
Slap
he
is.
leaves. He leaves. Okay, so shot in the dorm, losing bullets.
They will be on
Uh,
the left.
yeah, they'll be
In
on
blue.
the left. I don't even know how to short. I'm just gonna say bullets. I'm just gonna make
I
that
just call them losing
executive.
bullets, man.
Losing. Okay, we'll put losing bullets. We'll put losing bullets for you.
Oh,
For
are
the
you talking about typing in like for the
mm-hmm.
okay. I think bullets is fine, but
For the Fox of Hats.
thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Let's see. So it's gonna be firm handshake on the right. Let me update that. I will also make sure that these names are properly situated. I gotta figure out how to make it automatic, like space stuff out. I don't know how to do that yet with OBS. My OBS foo isn't there just yet. But
I believe in you.
thanks, man.
Got you.
All right, let's see. Firm handshake, put you there. Losing bullets, we're gonna put you there. Okay. Okay. So everybody's in the lobby now. Argy, please. He said Juck Fluky in the chat. Waiting on shot. Who's doing a crown? Just throwing memes. Hi, I'm here. Looks like we're about to get this show on the road. Okay. And here we go. Welcome to Sky Temple.
I love this map, man. I
I
love
did
the
too.
single contest boss. Like, it's one of my favorite things. We see so many throws at that boss, and just like so many really good fights and upsets and all that jazz. So
Firm handshake, enjoying the luxuries of first pick, first ban this go around. Well, are they? I guess so. They
it looks
must
like it. Yeah.
pick. Oh.
They picked map and get first pick. This is OP.
Uh, judges
Yeah, that's
will
definitely
allow it
busted.
thus far,
The classic Ariel ban again.
to the surprise of no one. Ariel gets banned out first. They really don't like the Angel of Hope. Yeah, I was about to say.
So it gets canceled.
Yeah, I was about to.
No admin got it.
Well, for the record, I caught it. We caught it.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we back.
The remix. Well, not all the.
So, do we see the Zeratul ban, then the Ariel ban? Or do losing bullets say, "No, man, you can have your Zeratul. We don't care. Take it."
Well,
We challenge
I'll
you.
say that. So this is a different. It's not the same 5-person lineup from last week, but I do feel there was a bit of hubris on the side of Shot the Dorm and losing bullets last week because they have the technical ability to win Heroes hype, but I feel like they just kind of underestimated their opponents.
Yep.
And then they got melted down by Kel'Thas, which is one of those. They found a player who had an S tier, like I can win as the game kind of hero, and
Yep.
I feel like Levels has that in Zeratul, but he got banned out. So.
Now I wonder if that was a little bit of a misplay by Firm Handshake showing their Zeratul this early. Maybe they could have drafted the Auric drafts, etc., or any other hero, of course, that Levels plays, and then save the Zeratul for teams that are a little bit more difficult for them. Not saying that the other teams weren't difficult, but I think a roster like Losing Bullets is a little bit more stacked than ones that they've previously faced. But that's another question entirely. We see the Falstad picked up for Losing Bullets, and the response picks.
I mean, it's a really good point, Kala. Like, if Zeratul's there ace in the hole, and they just, like, come right out of the gate showing it, and then it just gets banned away from them, they've effectively lowered their ability, to succeed. So that's a really good point.
Unless, in a few more picks, they're just going to be like, that wasn't even my real form. And they're going to pull out, like, the Valera or something with, like, Abathur and just straight dominate. You fool, Kaiba.
I mean, it's gonna be one of those. You haven't seen my final form. Haha! You've activated my trap card.
Exactly. Okay, so we got the Lucio Dahaka. I like the global pressure, of course, especially to match the false stud Greymane Malfurion as a response for losing bullets. I personally love Greymane this early. It allows you to really set up your draft later, and the Malfurion pickup also, like, losing bullets draft so far is real nice.
I like that. Nicely done. I'm not surprised to see Greymane get picked up by a shot in a dorm losing bullets. Do you think we'll see Cursed Bullet? Just for the puns and the memes?
Well, we have the double warrior already coming in for firm handshake, of course. Dahaka, infers that it's double warrior. So, yeah, I do. Personally, I think it's the much better heroic most of the time, especially after the buffs, man. 40% of someone's health on a 30-second cooldown? 30
Dude.
seconds, right? Yeah.
I was about to say, I wouldn't be
insane.
surprised to see Varian get banned out here. You got Lucio, you got Shield, you don't want to deal with all that. You could have
that's
Taunt and a
smart.
Root. I think that's a very wise choice. They do
Woo,
ban
look
him
at
out.
you. Dude, nice call. That was actually super smart. Very smart. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a
Yeah.
lot. Arthas is gonna get yanked off the board as well. Huh.
So yeah, the Arthas ban, pretty good call, especially with the Lucio and Dahaka there. There's, like I said, inferred that there's going to be another warrior with the Dahaka plus the Lucio, gives the move speed to Arthas. That's a pretty well-known combination that works really effectively. So now the warriors that are available, we've got Muradin again, we've got the Anubarak, and then of course there's safe pick Johanna. Johanna's actually really strong on this map just because of the temple control, but I do think we'll see some of the former.
I think we will too. I'm looking over in the chat now. Kala, forgive me. This is probably gonna be the most BM you ever hear me. Oh, secondary support Lily Sleeper OP. Thank you, firm handshake. But okay. Gummy Bear said, "I'll cut you. We lost because we didn't draft the cleanse. I'm toxic and tilted." And my response to that would be, you kind of lost that game because Haas wanted to position Tyrande way forward. And that's top shrine. But anyway. Okay. I'm glad we see Legally. I'm glad. I'm sorry, Kyle. I had to.
No, I was feeling it, dude.
I had to. No flame. Oh, and Gummy Bear just put. Oh, dude, 2 minutes ago you posted. Wow. Okay.
Lily Muradin, I don't know about this one. Firm Handshake has something up their sleeve. This is the first time the Cassia plus Johanna. Okay, so there is the Johanna we were discussing with the Cassia. So there's the blind value increase. I really like the draft from Losing Bullets. It's really safe. And the burst damage against the Lily is really smart, so I'm expecting even more so to see the Cursed Bullet come out, and then the Vala to finish it all off. Honestly, it's gonna be pretty difficult to kill the members of Firm Handshake. Muradin's so tanky, so with Dahaka, and then they're just double support's just so toxic, I guess. I'm not a big fan, you know that.
They got me, Colin. Shot posted a picture of Ginger Dread and Zebo.
Uh-oh.
Sinove posted a picture of Ginger Dread and Zebo. Then Mantis had to join in on the fun. And now Gummy Bear. See?
No.
I'm gonna bring it back to us for a second while we're loading the game. See? All I ask for is a warning. This is what I'm talking about. I get no warning for the Ginger Dread and the Zebo. And now look at this. But so I've been tilted. Karma came back at me fast. I'm BM for 0.7 seconds, and now 19 people want to post Ginger Dread and Zebo pictures. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd be the first to say, honestly, man, just get wrecked, nerd.
You can be the first to say. Ouch.
But hey, that makes it 5, doesn't it? So
It does.
We get an extra $20 for the amateur scene.
Yeah. So now I'm donating $10. Our good old fashioned argy. Let's Go and donate $10 as well. I'm gonna make that one stick.
Good old-fashioned Argy.
Good old fashioned Argy.
Yo, I like that guy. He's really cool.
Right, he's a stand-up guy. He's a classic, man. They don't make him like that anymore. I love that guy.
They don't make him like that anymore.
He's also been doing a kick-ass job obsing for us this evening.
Yeah, nice job, Argy.
It hasn't been me. That's for sure. But hang on. All right, I think I got it.
We back?
Forgot to change your mount.
Uh-oh.
All right, I think he was the third. Okay. Over on the left side, we got shot in the dorm, losing bullets. It's going to be Haas on Malfurion. The wins is on Johanna. Juki's playing Great Main. Gummy Bear, my good friend. It's on Cassian. Shot's going to round it out on Falstad.
And on the right in red is our friends in Firm Handshake. We got levels on the Dahaka this time. D. Steve's on the Vala. Necromonger's playing that Lily. We got Vestige on the Murden. And dropping the beat again is Kobe21 on Lucio.
Ready for adventure. Lily knows what's up. Gale Force at level 1 for the added damage. The standard. I mean, they buffed that recently, but I'm telling you, Kyle, secondary support Lily's been strong. Way before that even came out. I'm a hipster now. I'm that guy that's like, you know, I've been saying this. I've been playing Lily before she was cool.
Hey, I'm not sure about the level 1 talent on Vala. You know, going the auto attack build into basically a blind composition. What are your thoughts on that one?
That is a bit spicy. You're gonna have Cassie and Johanna chomping at the bit, happy about all that. 3 members in the top lane for either team. Cassie trying to get some poke in. Vestige throws a Stormbolt out. The Root is gonna trade for the lockdown. Blind goes out on D. Steve's. No takedowns.
It's interesting both these teams prioritizing the top lane here, which is arguably not the weakest lane on this map, but not usually one where you see the 3v3. So we see the solo lane in the mid plus the bottom shot trading unfavorably against the Lily, something most of the time you don't want to try to trade against just because she can, you know, blind you and heal herself back up. So interesting lane setups.
It's very interesting. You know, you would think you'd see the global heroes in Falstad and Dahaka in the bottom lane. Falstad's down there squaring off against Lily. But the first set of temples are going to show up. Oh, the drag goes in. Good bit of damage on Juki. He's able to try to get out of there.
He
Getting chased down.
Ooh! He was dead there if levels continued walking and got one more auto attack plus the W. He just didn't believe in himself. That was 100% dead Greymane.
I definitely agree. I think that's something of a sigh of relief for old Juki.
Yep.
But Temple's going to get picked up, one apiece for either team. Middle Temple is now going to get claimed by a shot in the dorm, losing bullets. Lily's still been hanging out in the bottom lane. Got to make sure you get to level 4 and catch up on that experience, but that's interesting.
So Firm Handshake are actually winning this phase, obviously, because they're soaking top, they're soaking mid, they're soaking bottom, which they got an extra wave of, plus they're capping 1. So They definitely won out on that one, even though it doesn't see the experience showing up. I thought they won out on that one, but maybe just a few minions were missed there for the red team, so.
Uh-oh. Levels is on the chase. The condemn is going to get avoided by the drag into the towers afterwards. The blind, the flashlight's not going to be enough for a takeout. Levels lives to fight another day.
Okay, so actually pretty much everything off of that first temple phase was almost entirely equalized. Losing bullets are looking at prioritizing their early siege camp so that they can push out and maybe even look to try to take that down the towers of Firm Handshake, and then probably at their hard camp later on and throwing their Falstad up there around the 4.5-5 minute mark just to try to push that even further into the Dahaka, because that is actually when Falstad can beat Dahaka.
Absolutely. We're going to see what kind of macro play both of these teams employ. Siege camps were picked up on either side. Bruiser camps tend to be a target going into that second temple phase. We see Falstad starting that up now, while action wages in the bottom lane. Juki wins and Haas down here take down a siege camp. They're going to look to try to apply some pressure while Gummy Bear and Shot do their thing.
Yeah, and Lucio also rotates down to this bottom lane just to try to defend against this siege camp, because they really need to do work on destroying those minions, or else they're going to get a lot of damage done onto these bottom towers. Level 7's coming in for Firm Handshake, and in a moment for losing bullets as well.
The main objective here is to save your bottom well. They go through the siege camp. They don't even lose their towers. Nicely done there, even on experience. Both teams now have level 7. Shot throws out his Q right as Level steps in. There's the barrel roll as well. Levels wades into the deep end of the pool and gets shredded by minions in the camp. He's going to have to back away.
So really early hard camp picked up for losing bullets, but they're going to be able to push in pretty hard with this because Levels can't really contest. He does manage to back up and tap and actually lands the drag onto Shot's Falstad and is trading actually quite favorably into him. He's got a bunch of health left and Shot actually goes down to the minion wave. So a little bit of a misplay there from the Falstad. So even less value from that siege camp. Excellent job by Levels.
You see that, Kyle? You believed in Levels. You believed in him. Just follow after Falstad. He gets the takedown. You know, that brings a tear to my eye.
Yep. I also wanted to mention real quick, Arsenal and Punishment picked up for Vala. So opting out of going all auto attack, which I highly recommend in this situation.
Yeah, a bit of a change in strategy that I think will do wonders for them. Kobe 21 Vestige gets rooted for the moment. Dahaka's back to business with a nice drag going in with the blind to follow up. Cassia gets taken down. Shot flies in, see if he can get any kind of counter kill or aggression. Not so far. Dahaka is going to be able to get their essence. Condemn goes in. The wind steps forward. Juki, one auto attack away from going down. He gets out.
I mean, and okay, so we're seeing some conflicting ideas here going on in the picks. So we've got like full poke damage from Cassia, like a Q build. We've got all Q build for Greymane as well. I would have loved to see Boomerang come out just to kind of, you know, maximize on that sort of potential, but the secret weapon shows up for Falstad. He's looking at trying to kill those warriors, but honestly, like, secret weapon is objectively not a very good talent on that tier.
Well, it's hard to get maximum value out of that because
Especially
while the Q is out, Falstad has to stand still to get, or, you know, really stutter step and stay within auto attack range.
Yeah.
It's not the safest prospect against a Murden and Dahaka. So I'm curious to see what kind of value Shot's able to get out of that. Rogues are picked up.
It's insane. Like, it's so good, the amount of wave clear that Boomerang provides.
And they need that global pressure. They could have their heroics by now, potentially. But this bottom fort is going to live for the moment. I like this decision from Firm Handshake. They don't overstay. They get out. We can get this bottom fort later.
Yep. Losing bullets are pushing in on this bottom side. They're aggressive. They want to get a fight. They want to try to turn this game around. But honestly, they're not even really that far behind. So structurally, they are losing quite a bit. But that's not the end of the world. They managed to rotate bottom with five members of their team, and they push out the towers on the bottom side of the map from Firm Handshake, and they're looking at taking a little bit more, it looks like.
Yeah, they got the wall. The top fort does get claimed by Dahaka, so he's over there curling his evil mustache. Like, meanwhile, up in the top lane, let me go ahead and walk to this top fort. What kind of value will Shot in the Dorm losing bullets try to get in response? Siege camp is up on both sides. Looks like they thought about going for the invade. They're going to go back and get their own.
Yeah, I would like to see Firm Handshake trying to take their hard camp a little bit more frequently. They did miss out on that during that first shrine phase, or sorry, first temple phase. And could you imagine the value that would have gotten, especially after getting a kill onto the Falstad? Could you imagine that camp pushing top that entire time? That would have been threatening a keep wall for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I feel like the decision that they made to take down that siege camp and preserve their bottom fort, I understand it, but I feel like they might have overcommitted to it. And they could have gotten that bruiser camp in the top lane, and they have gotten a lot more value, I feel.
So we do have the split across the map, north and south temples showing up. We have the battle between Dahaka and Falstad in the top lane. We see, you know, Level step up with his W running, and immediately the barrel roll comes out. And W again, Shot is taking so much damage, no barrel roll available. He forces the gust out just by walking up to him, Haloran.
Yeah, Dahaka's just been able to sit on top of Falstad and do all kinds of damage. If he goes for the lowered armor, that's going to be a real thing. But the sound barrier goes in, as does the Condemn. Levels makes his appearance, gets the drag, gets the cleanse. Haas is on the chase, low on health. He gets taken down. Cassie is going to drop as well. 2 heroes down. Make that a triple. Almost 4. The wins is the next target. We're getting value out of that added speed chase on D. Steves. He's on the case. Vestige starts the boss as they take Johanna down.
Immediately grab the
Macro
boss.
play.
Absolutely. Immediately grab this boss and start pushing this bottom lane. Like, fantastic play from a Firm Handshake. Like, the duel in the top lane forces Falstad into like an unfavorable situation. He uses his heroic, so he can't even like fly down to the bottom lane and gust away the engage from Firm Handshake. He's basically forcing this top side, and now they're in such a bad position. Firm Handshake are going to look at getting their 16s first. Like, excellent play by Firm Handshake. That brushstock bottom for Dahaka was beautiful.
I mean, Levels has been making plays for his team all night. Saw him do work on Zeratul, Leoric, and now Dahaka. He's showing himself to be a one-on-one beast against Falstad all game, and then he burrows down and gets drags that make things happen. Like, sure, it was cleansed out, but that's the setup. That forces out the response, and then people on Shot in the Dorm losing bullets stick around, and then the poke damage is there from Vala and Lily. Sleeper OP. It's getting work done.
And Firm Handshake elect to just walk away from this mid-fort contest because losing bullets just press up, and this is the fight they're looking for, right? This is the pre-16 that they want, the 13 into 15. I wanted to comment real quickly again. I really feel like the biggest issue so far is the fact that there's no boomerang on Falstad. You cannot fight against Dahaka without it. Like, once you hit level 7 on Falstad with boomerang, you literally just say, oh, cool, you're a dinosaur that uses your W. I don't care, because I'm just going to walk up to the wave, Q it, one-shot it, and walk away.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's had huge implications. The condemn, the lockdown is not going to be enough. The jug of 1,000 cups instead of the water dragon gets popped there. That brings Vestige back up.
Look at how reserved they are. Like, he pops his avatar and starts walking back in, and the shot caller of the team's like, no, we have top pushing with Dahaka. We want 16s. Get out of this fight. And he walks away. Like, even after popping 2 heroics, they're like, yeah, we don't want this fight. I just did this to live. That's it. That's all they care about. Smart play from Firm Handshake.
When you get a compliment like that from the community coach for Tempo Storm, you're doing something right. I like that decision quite a bit, though. You're on even talent tiers. This is the time Shot in the Dorm losing bullets want to fight. If you have that wherewithal and presence of mind to be like, hey, we can just hang around and wait until we get our tier advantage. That's pretty neat. And we got this top lane pushing. Why not?
So they have a level and a half now the Dwarf Toss goes in to contest this camp. Vestige is looking a little bit bloodthirsty, but I don't think they're going to follow up a whole lot. Honestly, they don't even need to get a kill here. They can just pressure this mid fort pretty much for free and grab the shrine the temple as well. But we'll see what Firm Handshake decide to do with their 16 advantage.
And they have it for quite a bit. It's still a level and some change before Shot in the Dorm losing bullets select their next round of talents. Stormbolt goes in on Hoss. Nice Gillian cocktail. Wins, gets the condemn out there. Forces back the members of Firm Handshake. Only one temple though, so the damage is going to be minimized on that front. But
Dahaka is getting engaged 3v1 in this bottom lane. He uses the tunneling claws to try to get away a little bit. There goes the adaptation, and yeah, he definitely falls to the damage from Greymane there. Yeah, stepped up a little bit too far. He did see the rotation coming down from losing bullets, but just wasn't able to walk away fast enough.
This is one of those high caliber teams. You're going to get too many opportunities to make mistakes. And down to talents here. The bank shot into the Twilight Dream lands on Vestige. Isn't enough for a takedown. Not so far. We got the strafe doing all kinds of damage to Gummy Bear and the rest of the members of Shot in the Dorm losing bullets. Cheeky and bold was that play, but it did not show up in the form of a takedown.
Yeah, and there's no more mana available for Vala. She actually had a kill on a target there, but wasn't able to Q or W, just auto attack. So really good disengage there for Firm Handshake. That gust was fantastic, but just not quite enough to secure the kills. Gust into the Twilight Dream, but yeah, just not quite enough there.
I call that the 8-ball in the corner pocket.
So good.
The mighty gust into the Twilight Dream is like you slide them right in the boop. But the Twilight Dream only hit one person. If they hit all 3, I think we'd have a very different conversation right now. Bless Shield goes out, and then the pounce is real on Vala's face. Demon Hunter says goodbye.
See, it looked like the Winds was kind of baiting that. He's like backing there, and it forced Vestige to just, this is another fly gust onto 3 members. Necromonger taking so much damage, as well as Vestige. They're just trying to escape here, but no target seemed to be going down yet. There goes the Greymane on the back line, and that is a dead hero.
Juki almost got the takedown on Lucio as well, going for the throat. 2 takedowns on 2 members of Firm Handshake, and Shot in the Dorm losing bullets. Back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Structural advantage definitely still going over to Firm Handshake, plus the global pressure. But yeah, definitely they found their way back into this game. There's equal global pressure, but Dahaka seems to be pushing the lanes a little bit harder, especially without that 7 talent. I won't comment again, but
look at this. Levels is trying to steal away this bruiser camp. Is Falstad any the wiser? Levels gets the drag. He sifted out. He saw that someone was going to show up there. A cheeky play, but at the end of it, they just gave that bruiser camp.
Yeah, pretty much just gave a little bit of an easier bruiser camp over. Now both teams are trading the bottom side siege camps, well, the only siege camps. So yeah, the experience advantage definitely going over to firm handshake. So they're probably just going to try to play safe and look for these 20s. Given the fact that we've seen 2 aggressive fly gusts now come out from Falstad, I would be saying as firm handshake, just to make sure you don't put yourself in situations where that becomes a possibility.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Carla. This is not the team to stunt and style on with some of these cheeky camp steals. That could have gotten dicey. But at least Levels was able to get out of there. Level 19 around the corner. They're a level away, so Shot in the Dorm losing bullets have a good amount of time yet to fight on even talent tiers. They showed they know how to get takedowns before. They got to do it again before those Storm tier talents show up.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of an out trade going out into the top lane too for the first time so far. Falstad out traded the Dahaka. Dahaka stepped up a little bit too far and took too much aggro from the creep wave plus that bruiser camp. So, he's walking away, grabbing that tap, looking to de-push the mid lane, probably walk back top. They're playing very safe, in order to just try to secure these Storm tier talents.
A lot of poke goes in on Haas, but he's going to be able to heal himself back up. Twilight Dream goes out after the fact, only on a couple of members. Jug of 1,000 Cups stands to get full value. A lot of damage goes in on Haas. He hits the ice block, keeps himself alive, but only for a moment. Malfurion's the first to fall in this team fight. Juki's looking to apply pressure to Vestige. Cassia drops as well. The remaining members of Shot in the Dorm losing bullets are going to try to get out. Falstad not so much, and the long-range drag on Greymane's face. Uh-oh.
This is really scary because 20 is available. The entire team is the bot side of the map. They're just going to push in and take this keep and probably look at ending.
I think they have the tools. They have the tier advantage. Everybody's alive and well. Double support, plenty of sustain. The Winds is doing what he can, but he's only but 1 Johanna. Bottom keep is going to get claimed as the members of Firm Handshake turn their eyes to the core. I think they've done it.
It's funny. The moment we mention, the fly gusts from Falstad, it arguably loses them the game. So the fly gust came in on the backside of that fight, gusted the Murden on top of the ice blocked Malfurion, and it basically just allowed free follow-up, and it should have been used for disengage.
I think cooler heads prevailing would have definitely done the members of Shot in the Dorm losing some favors. Their gutsy play is what got them back into the game, but you're right, man. Those mighty gusts can be something of a double-edged sword. You blow everybody on your support, and he's not there with the perfectly placed in time Twilight Dream on the majority of the enemy team. He's suddenly just standing there, surrounded by a lot of red. And it gets awkward.
Talking about that, the Falstad, I would say 95% of the time, the best gust is the defensive gust. Only in very rare circumstances does that fly gust actually gain enough value to justify the positional disadvantage that Falstad puts himself in, and sometimes the rest of his team. Because you have to think, throwing the entire enemy team on top of your team isn't an exclusive benefit, right? You are literally putting your team in bad positioning for it. But you're hoping that your team can capitalize so fast, i.e. with the Twilight Dream or other methods, that it gains more value than the positional disadvantage that you gained from, or sorry, I don't even say gained, the positional disadvantage that happened from the gusts. So, like I said, 95% of the time, gust should be used as a defensive mechanism. But we saw, I think, exclusive use as an engagement tool there.
Yeah.
Was it exclusive? I didn't see a single safe gust.
If it was used defensively, I don't think it got them that much. But I agree with you. I feel like, I use the term double-edged sword, and I stand by that. I think a lot of times you'll see an offensive gust, like the player will fly in and be like, "Hey guys, I got the mighty gust, I did it," and then but like they don't think about what happens afterwards. It's like, no, I did it. I shoved the enemy team into my squishy backline. Oh wait, that's not always a good thing, right? Yeah. And I think that's what we saw there at the end. And it's just like the team has to be there. They have to be ready for it. And they have to have the tools available to really effectively end the team fight before it starts. Because once the enemy team has gotten around that moment of being disoriented, it's like, oh, hey, we're here standing next to your Malfurion, who's already used their Twilight Dream.
Yep.
And now they're
Yep.
ice block.
Yeah. Basically exactly that. So the Malfurion follow up could have been fantastic, obviously, but is that enough to deal with the double warrior, like the tanky
Yeah.
composition from Handshake? I don't think so. GG's all around for
Yeah.
sure. I liked seeing the global into global, especially on Sky Temple, and then the Lily comp. The Lily comp
Hey.
ends up winning.
It's almost, I know this guy, this dashing gentleman, this roguishly
Gosh.
handsome guy. He's he's been saying secondary sport lead sleeper OP, man. He's been saying that one for months.
Wait, you mentioned this guy last time that we
I
casted
did.
together. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with this guy.
You
I
know,
need to
this
meet him. He sounds really cool.
he is really cool. This crime fighting vigilante skirting the city rooftops. Speaking the good word on secondary support lead, you should get to know him, man. Pretty cool guy. Never did catch his name, but
No. The
but with
masked bandito.
this is masked bandito. But with that victory, we are going to see Firm Handshake advance to the finals to take on
Nice.
a strong set of opponents. Team Blank.
Ooh, really?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, this is exciting. I have friends on Team Blank, so I'm so stoked about this. But now I feel like I have friends on Firm Handshake too. Levels, please marry me. No, no, that guy's
I
actually
mean,
he's
it's
playing so
been
well.
it's been an emotional journey.